Always from in our journey, the business was secondary.
I love that.
The vision is first. We have a vision to deliver the mission. Okay. To be Rasulullah. To be Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
The messenger of the messenger of Allah.
Messenger of the messenger. Let's talking about the dawah. Dawah is not only selling books. Okay, now you learn how to make dawah through book. But there is many other method, other asalib, other means, wasail, that you can deliver the dawah, which is also connected to your existing business. By the way, I'm going to share with you, I have a child, or I say I have 2 child, that now allow you to sleep without reading for them at least 5 books.
5 books.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
I feel so sad. Sometimes I have to off light because it's already late night. Yet they're crying, you not completed the job to do.
Oh, MashaAllah.
You know, some of them, they say, the book I read for them actually is many times I read. Still, they wanted to read the same book.
Yep. I can relate to that.
I can relate to that.
Yeah. So what I say to my wife, this is a very, very good culture we can develop within them, and they will continue afterward. So please, okay, take this as a challenge and be patient and do our best to not stop them from doing this. By the way, sometimes the book is nothing, wallahi, it's not Islamic book.
Oh, just casual reading, right?
It's talking about dinosaur. I do what I do.
Okay.
Ever gone shopping in Makkah while you're out for your Umrah or Hajj trip? If you go to the Makkah Commercial Center, the shopping mall that's attached to the Hilton Hotel in Makkah, as you go up the escalators, one of the very first shops that you will see is this epic Islamic bookstore that sells books primarily in English. That shop is Dakwah Corner Bookstore, and for this episode, we interview the founder of that business, Brother Farid Abu Ahmed. Brother Farid, or his full name Farid Abu Ahmed Hussein, is a Rohingya professional businessman. Born and raised in the state of Arakan in Burma, he studied at the International Islamic University Chittagong in Bangladesh and received a diploma under the supervision of Islamic University of Al-Imam Muhammad bin Saud. He is currently residing in Malaysia with his family as the CEO of Dakwah Corner, in addition to also playing an active role in the Malaysian Da'wah scene, organizing local courses and conferences such as the Straight Path Convention. In this episode, Brother Farid shares his origin story and how that led to the establishment of his businesses today. He shares about his roots and upbringing in Burma, experiencing firsthand the difficult persecution faced by his people, the Rohingya people, after which he moved to Bangladesh and eventually to Makkah, where he started off working odd jobs. He shares about his passion in da'wah and how he had this high ambition of fulfilling the demand of spreading Islamic knowledge in the English language through books. Eventually how, Qadar Allah opened up the doors to meet the right people at the right time. The right people who eventually supported his vision and ambition that led to the opening of Dakwah Corner Bookstore and eventually leading up to the opening of his main center of businesses here in Malaysia. He talks about his focus and vision in this business and some entrepreneurial tips, especially how we can implement Ihsan in our business, especially the importance of building relationships, which is, I quote, the most important capital in our business. How this capital eventually led to bigger opportunities, not only in business, but also in da'wah, which eventually led to opening up doors and adding value to the local community here in Malaysia. He also shares with us some personal tips on how to develop a reading habit, and also my personal favorite part, how we can inculcate the reading habit in our children. Welcome to the Barakah Effect Podcast. If you find value in this episode, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, share this episode with others to join us in our mission to inspire communities of high achievers striving for continuous growth and excellence in dunya and hereafter. Hope you guys find value in this one. This is episode 52, From Passion in Da'wah to Global Brand with Farid Abu Ahmed.
ولو أن أهل القرى آمنوا واتقوا لفتحنا عليهم بركات من السماء والأرض.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yaumiddin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Barakah Effect podcast. The topic of our discussion this week is from passion in da'wah to global brand. And mashallah, for this episode, we have my friend, CEO and founder of Dakwah Corner Bookstore, Brother Farid Abu Ahmed Hussein, aka Abu Ahmed. Hayyakumullah, ahlan wa sahlan, Brother Farid.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair, akhi, Brother Faisal.
MashaAllah. Thank you for making time for our episode today of the Barakah Effect podcast.
MashaAllah, I feel honored and Jazakumullah khairan for inviting me. I hope that inshallah I can add something that's everyone out there will benefit.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Ameen. So mashallah, Brother Farid, just before we begin our conversation today, maybe we just want to share with the brothers here and also the listeners out there how we got to know each other. So maybe just to share how I got to know you was I was actually a customer at Dakwah Corner Bookstore. And mashallah, just to tell you my experience, since day one, setting foot into Dakwah Corner Bookstore in the SS14 one in PJ, it was like love at first sight, mashallah. I always find it so hard to restrain myself from buying things. And I always get this sharp question from my wife. When are you going to read this? So mashallah, and then just in unrelated incidents, I remember throughout the years we went to Umrah. So yeah, there was, every time you go to Makkah, you'll see a lot of these bookstores, and there was one bookstore that always stands out. And I was like, mashallah, really nice titles, really good selection of books, DVDs. But it never crossed my mind. Like I never really looked at the name of the shop until one time I was like, Dakwah Corner. Oh, okay. And then when I went to Malaysia, oh wait, still like the same Dakwah Corner? And then I got to know, yes, the same one. Inshallah.
Actually, I have the same thought when I went to Makkah and it's Dakwah Corner. Is it the same one as in Malaysia? Subhanallah, it's something. I had
the same question thought. We faced most of the time. The people ask me the same question.
So a lot of people ask you that. Okay.
Okay.
So
even my first I bought a Dakwah book online. I think it was 4-5 years ago. The book is Evolution of Faith, written by Bilal Phillips. And I thought that is this bookstore Malaysian? Because you have so much place, right? So I think, subhanallah, you are a global brand.
Mashallah.
Actually, you remind me something, Brother Aziz.
Yeah.
First of all, I find all of you my customers, so I have to give you customer service.
Yeah.
Okay. And there is a staff come for interview to join with us one time. Then she was telling us, I thought this Dakwah Corner is a UK's brand. It's not from Makkah because it's a quality and service and its presentation is like different than usual traditional bookstore.
Yeah.
Only today I came to know this is from Saudi or this is run by a Burmese Muslim brother.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not many bookstores are selling online back then, right? And Dakwah Corner is one of the earliest, I think.
I think there was, but it's the content and the authenticity of the contents.
Yes, that's what stands out for me, especially when I want to look for the books that are, let's say, filtered out or the ones who are good in content. There's no other bookstore currently I look for in Malaysia than Dakwah Corner is the go place. Mashallah, barakallah fikum.
We feel heavy, akhi. We are responsible for that.
Yeah, mashallah. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah. That's why I always get the feelings like a kid in a candy store, I can't stop, Mashallah. So alhamdulillah, actually, so that's one. But I think when the time when we got to know each other the most was when I started to get involved volunteering for the activities that you co-organize with other locals.
Correct.
And the very first one was the first time that Mufti Menk came to Malaysia, and that was back in 2012. Yeah.
Wow. 10 years ago.
Yeah. In fact, actually, as we're recording this right now, it's almost exactly 10 years.
Yes.
So,
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah. And I that event has a very strong personal significance to me because that was the first time ever that I was emceeing for an event of that size. And I still remember Brother Farid, like it was a very simple script. Like, you introduce the speaker because Mufti Menk was in Malaysia for the first time, right? So you introduce him. It was like 5 minute script, but I think I rehearsed like 6 hours for that behind the stage. I was having a nervous breakdown, and then people like I remember some of the comments were like, "Oh, brother, you're so you're so talented." So, what talent? Have you seen me work hard? Talent's got nothing to do with this. So, mashallah, and I still remember the event was at night, right? I think it was after Maghrib, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It was at University Malaya, and at that time, my mother was still a professor lecturing there. And I still remember, like after the event, we had a dinner with Mufti Menk.
Correct.
And then I saw his notes. His notes he scribbled in Arabic for the talk. I think it was about steadfastness. And then and I asked him, "Oh, Sheikh, mashallah, how long does it take for you to prepare a talk like this? Like, when did you prepare these notes?" And he just said nonchalantly, "After Asr." After Asar al-yawm, today? Yeah, no. Okay, this is the difference between amateurs and pros. It takes me before Asar to do a 5-minute introduction. It takes me after Asar to do a full-length talk, mashallah.
Inshallah.
It was one of the wonderful lectures that ever had.
Yeah.
Very, very good content. I'm still encouraging the brothers and sisters to watch that particular lecture.
Oh, that one, the steadfastness.
Wow.
Yeah, we have that DVD in Dakwah Corner, right?
Yes. Also available in the YouTube.
Yeah, mashallah. Mashallah. Yeah, we can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, MMKL 2012.
Yeah, mashallah. And then eventually the MMKL became the Straight Path Convention, right? The first one was in 2015.
Yeah.
So mashallah, these events. So yeah, since I wanted to add as well, ever since that event emceeing, I became MC like every year. So I guess I didn't do such a bad job. So alhamdulillah, thank you for calling me again. And then when the event became the Straight Path Convention, that was a very big privilege for me. So mashallah, that was the first one was 2015. I still remember we had like Mufti Menk, Sheikh Muhammad Salah, Sheikh Saeed Ragia, we had Abdurrahim Green. And I remember that I was very nervous for that because I couldn't imagine myself doing an event because we would watch that like on Peace TV, and to be a part of that, to be emceeing for that, mashallah, it's a really powerful experience for me. So yeah, so jazakallah khairan to Brother Farid and the
Actually,
team.
when you choose something, it's not just because you like to choose. Because we have an objective when we choose an MC, how far he can go. And how much support that he needs from us.
Okay.
It's not this one-time choice, then we left you and we choose different. No, we are looking here something for long term, to do something with the country, to do something with the local talent, how far he can go to the international stage. So that's why you remember sometime I share with you a lot of ideas here and there.
Yes.
To make it as a more effective and also to come the next is much better than previous. I think we did well to improve ourselves.
Yeah. One thing that really stood out for me was I still remember doing the emceeing for 2015, and Brother Abdurrahim Green, he just backstage, he was like, "Akhi, come here." I was like, "Oh, what? What's this about?" And he says, "Akhi, you should be a speaker one day." And I was like, "What? Are you kidding me? Like, this is my first time emceeing for this." And I felt like this was completely out of my league. I felt like oh, what are you talking about? He says, no, brother. He said it in the most serious and yet encouraging face. He said, "No, brother, we need more people out there like you. And like, you have that courage to step up on stage and to give talks. So train yourself." And he immediately gave me tips how. Okay, start storytelling with children because children give you immediate feedback. I'm like, wow, this guy gave me tactics straight away on the spot.
You know what he told me? He told me that why you have to invite me? You have to hear people.
Really? Oh.
10 times.
Oh, mashallah. That was back in the first one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, mashallah. And yeah, I mean, I have to thank Brother Farid once again. I think I've done that before, but just to thank you again for the opportunities that you give. I think you are the one who pushed behind the scenes to plant the the crazy idea that Faisal should be one of the speakers. So I got an opportunity in 2018. This one, the 2018 Straight Path about the Sunnah. And mashallah, so I never thought that was possible. So yeah, Jazakallah khairan, Brother Farid.
Jazak, akhi. It means that we don't end up here, akhi. We have to go far more than this. Coming days.
Yeah, inshallah. So let's get into the main discussion of our conversation today, from passion in da'wah to a global brand. So Brother Farid, maybe you want to share with the audience out there, maybe just some background about how you started and how maybe the origins of Dakwah Corner.
Okay, you want the origin of Dakwah Corner or origin of me, akhi?
You, I guess, because yeah, I don't know, where did you feel like, wherever comfortable for you, inshallah.
Okay, I think it's good to the out there, our brothers and sisters who are listening to us now, to know who I am actually. So it's nothing to do with the personality, but I think it's better to know who I am and where I came from.
Yep.
I am actually originally from Burma, from the state of Arakan, where we call the people of Rohingya. I am one of them, Rohingya people. I am born in the city of Mongdo in Arakan. But when the people talk about Rohingya, I think I need to share what actually really happened with them, which is also some effect of that situation I lived is still within me and is reflecting. Okay, so most of the people believe that the Rohingyas suffer only because of the religion.
Oh.
And all in the religious affairs. No, it's not true. They actually been suffering in every level of life, in every stage of life. Let me put you in this way. The story began like this. When the colonization of the British started in Arakan or region, and followed by the occupation of the Burmese regime come to the Arakan state and occupy, they found that there is a two race or two community living in a very cooperative and coexisting peacefully in the Arakan state. They found that if these two groups is cooperative, they cannot rule these people. So they try to create conflict within them, which is the strategy of the British to rule the other parts of the world.
Okay.
Divide and rule, what is called is it?
Yeah.
They found that Rohingya have something very unique. If they uphold to this, they never rule us. They found that they are in history, they are very rich.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number one. They found that they are culturally very unique.
Oh.
And they hold a very powerful faith.
Oh.
And as well as they look different in terms of complex and the language.
Oh.
So with all these elements, if they uphold to this, we cannot rule them. So they start to think how we can destabilize these people. So basically, they do two things. Number one, to create conflict between the Rakhine and the Muslims, Rohingya in Arakan, with the state sponsor plan and a strategy. And number two, this is very interesting, which is stripping them from their identity. Stripping them from their identity. So I came to know my experience, Akhi. If you want to kill a nation or community and they are alive, just take off their identity. You will be totally paralyzed and you don't have to do anything. You cannot progress in any field. Just take out your identity. So what Burmese did, that the Rohingya are not indigenous people of Arakan. By announcing that they are not the people of Arakan. From that time, they blocked them from every field, including the economy, education, justice, as well as the religious. So they become the backward in every field, intellectually, which is end up today's crisis you see around us.
Right. So they created that. They sort of retroactively created the identity that you are
Correct.
not from here. Oh.
Correct. So if you ask me what is the highest level degree of persecution a human can be faced from the opponent, is just take the identity. Today, if Brother Faisal have no identity, you don't have your IC, you are just sitting in your home, you cannot do anything. Just think of that.
True.
This is what happened to our people.
I see. So how did you get from there to your practice in Islam and so on?
Of course, the Rohingyas are naturally, they are in Fitra, they are toward upholding the religion. They are practice Muslim.
Okay. Generally, they are.
Generally,
okay, I see.
Is a common known to be among the Rohingyas.
I see.
Okay, so my father is a religious teacher.
Oh.
Okay, so he was concerned about our bringing up Islamically. Okay, and also there is another interesting point is that when you go to a school, for example, in like a country in Burma where discrimination is well spread, you find that you're upholding the deen is very important for you. Then otherwise you compromise with them. So your father teaching you how you uphold the religion. So it means you are not in comfort zone now here. You have to struggle from very beginning. So our upholding the deen start from the school in the KG level.
Okay.
Yeah, KG, I mean kindergarten level.
Okay. All right. I'm not familiar with that abbreviation.
Yeah.
Kindergarten. Okay.
Yeah, kindergarten level. So you go there, you find the non-Muslims there, and they discriminate you in a religious basis.
Okay. So you experienced that, huh? So you experienced racism firsthand.
So I have come to know that I have to walk and struggle hard to uphold my faith. Okay. So I am no more from the very beginning in the comfort zone.
Okay.
Here, my effort comes for upholding my religion. So it's a continue until today. That's why I say it's reflecting until today.
Oh, wow. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Do people generally think like this, Brother Farid? Like the racism that they face, that the hardship that they go through, and they feel like this is a struggle that, that identity they need to continuously try to reinforce?
Yeah, because when the intellectual was there, they really thought that way, but gradually they managed to finish the intellectual mind in our community.
Oh.
By blocking them from education, from economic status, and from position, politically they are backward. So by the time in 50, 60 years, they managed to implement their policy. But today, our people don't know what is mean freedom, and some of them don't know what is your right.
Right.
Okay, subhanallah. Wow, okay. So how was that journey like for you, brother? Like how did you manage to navigate around these challenges?
Okay, just make a summary, Akhi. In 1988, there is a student revolution to bring the democracy in the country. So after the revolution is over, then there are a lot of children, student leaders have to live free from the country due to the military operation against them. So I have to leave the country at the age of 9 years. Oh,
okay. What year was this?
The revolution was actually 1988, but I have to leave by 1990.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
So it's a long story, but it's to make shortcut.
Yep.
This is what I end up.
Okay. And where did that lead you to when leaving at 9 years old?
Of course, our closest border is Bangladesh, and this is gateway for us to go other countries.
Okay. Mashallah. So yeah, tell us a bit about that journey, about how you established and so on.
By the way, I lost my mother at the age of 2 years.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I am from that times. I have very minimum times with my mother.
I see. Okay. So it's mainly being raised by your father then?
Fathers and sisters and my grandfathers.
Okay. Okay. So how did that journey go out for you, inshallah? Like the progress in terms of your Islamic passion in da'wah and so on?
So my connection with my faith was not enough. Everywhere I go, I try to increase my knowledge. If there is a formal education or is an informal education.
Okay.
Start, and everywhere I go, I try to continue. Okay, and that's how I studied in this International Islamic University in Chittagong in Bangladesh. And then I did a diploma under the supervision of the Jamiatul Imam in Riyadh. And Alhamdulillah, I did well. After this, I continue my journey to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you started International Islamic University in Bangladesh, in Chittagong, and then you eventually continued to Saudi. Okay, so this passion for knowledge, is it something that you've always been like raised with? Is it something that's, is it something that grew over time?
I always connect my bringing up in this point, because my father was so concerned about to see their children, his children, to be religious.
Oh, I see. So that passion is...
Yeah, he was that. Believe me, Brother Faisal, I remember, you know, that our area is during the cold season. It's so cold, you know, in the morning. Even to touch the water is a difficult matter for you. But he never allowed us not to go to the masjid for any reason.
Oh.
At the age of 7 or 6 years.
Oh,
you know, I was struggling with my kid to take to the masjid. You know?
Mashallah.
I still remember sometimes I go to the masjid and I don't do the proper wudu because of it's so, you know, difficult to use the water.
Yeah. Oh, mashallah.
But yet he not allow us to stay home back. You must follow him.
Wow.
I think this is a mark he lived with us. I think I'm going to remember this step until I die.
Sure. That insistence to go to masjid even at that age. Wow. That's actually a very important point for us as parents, because sometimes these experiences, they play an impact for the rest of their lives. It shapes their identity. Mashallah.
I don't know what it's called in English, but in Arabic called is naqshun, nukush, you know. When you do the naqsh in the child times, is unremovable.
Yeah, it's imprinted.
Yeah, it's imprinted. So this is very important for us to give any things valuable at the age. You know, Islam already stated the age, 7 to 10 years. Whatever you want to instill within them, they will never forget.
Mashallah, mashallah. So that was an important driver for you as you were studying across those years outside after you left your home country.
Correct. And also another thing is that I always thought of, I must serve my cause, my community, my faith in my country. I must give back to them something.
Oh, okay.
So without developing myself, how am I going to contribute for them? This is another force that's always behind. If I not develop myself, how am I going to deliver to them anything?
That's a good one. MashaAllah. Take the ownership, take the responsibility, you yourself, and then channel it to the best means that you can.
Yes.
Okay, mashallah, mashallah. So from there, so you were in Riyadh, if I pick up.
Makkah, actually, I go to Makkah straight.
Oh, Makkah. Oh, mashallah, mashallah. Okay. So from there, how did that gap happen? Like from here, you're in Makkah, and then to start, how did that journey continue then?
Okay, you know, the one any Muslims, I believe you as well, when you go to Makkah for the first time, you have totally different feeling and the rasa different, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It was special, and you was reading about the Quran, about the Sirah. Suddenly you are there, and it's a station.
Yeah, true.
Okay, you feel totally different thing, and you know sometimes you feel that you are not deserved to work in this place. It's so holiest that you are not deserved to work here. You feel that right at the beginning.
Okay. Yeah. True.
Of course, throughout the journey, there is a thing was always accompanying me. This is the identity I mentioned to you. If you don't have proper document, you can't do anything in this world.
Oh, okay.
That question is with us all the time, always in the journey. And this is created by our enemy, this Buddhists in the country. We go to Saudi Arabia, we go to Bangladesh, we go to India. You know, throughout the journey, you find this, we call in Arabic is la'na. This curse is with you all the time. Okay, the identity. You know, you want to work. Why is your identity? You want to apply for a job. Why is your identity? You want to study. Why is your identity? So documentation is a big problem for me in my progress. But Alhamdulillah, I overcome all these things. So I went to Saudi Arabia. I start working like others, any general work. Wherever I get the chance, I start working. I'm not sitting. So first, I start working as a clerk in a construction company as a clerk or admin. I can say that.
I see.
Part time. Okay. Then I start working in Medina as a, selling the clothes.
Okay.
The shop.
Okay.
During my by the way, sometimes also I teach in a school, high school. I teach some limited subject.
Okay.
But when I went to Medina, I used to meet a lot of foreigners, Hujjaj, Mu'tamirin, Zawar, from different parts of the world. It's what happened is among the shopkeeper, I'm the one who can speak English only. The others only in Arabic. Okay,
Advantage.
so most of the South African and England and Nigerian people come to our shop because of I can communicate with them in English. So commonly I used to listen from them one question: why I can get the Islamic books in English? Why I can get the Islamic books in English?
When was this, brother? This is in mid-90s, was it?
No, it's 99, 2000.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's quite recent actually. Okay.
Yeah, 99, 2000.
Oh.
You can say end of 98 and 99 and 2000, beginning of 2000.
Oh.
So, because we established Dakwah Corner in 2000, okay?
Oh, wow. It seems like you hit the ground running after this.
So, during my stay in Medina for about 6 months, I come across in the mind that if all these people are asking about Islamic books in English, mean nobody doing the job here. Okay, so I start searching now Islamic books in English, even though I read in Arabic.
Wow.
Okay.
So I went throughout, and then I found the most of the Arabic books too selling a corner, only 10 title, 5 title, 6 title, and some don't know even what they're selling.
Okay.
This is the reality in the ground. So from there I developed. I said, Allah brought me here not to sell the clothes. I must do a job that connected to my bringing up.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. MashaAllah.
Okay? This is how I start thinking of the idea. So after that, one day, I back to Makkah. By the way, I went back Makkah. I'm not going to share with you. It was a terrible situation, by the way.
Oh, is it? There's another story behind it, is it?
Yeah, it's because you don't have documents, so the police catch you and send you to Jeddah.
Yeah. So it's worth bearing in mind throughout this entire journey, you were still struggling with the lack of documentation.
Identity, I told you. If you wanted to finish up someone, just take his identity.
Oh, subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
So I end up my life suddenly in Jeddah, from Jeddah to Makkah again. Here, Alhamdulillah, the beginning start a different direction, totally. What I was dreaming. Okay, you know that actually dream, there is a saying, dreams that you see in the sleep is not the dream. You know?
Okay.
الحلم الذي تراه في نومك ليس هو الحلم الحقيقي. الحلم الحقيقي هو الذي يمنعك من النوم.
Oh, okay.
You know,
translate that first. Yeah.
Yeah, the dream is that you see in the sleeping is not the dream. Dream that is stop you from the sleeping is the real dream.
MashaAllah.
Nice.
I like that. SubhanAllah.
Here is the thing start actually. I am dreaming to establish something connected to my faith in the center of faith. This is my
Makkah, the center of faith.
So I always, everywhere I go, I talk to my friends, I meet the people. This is my point of discussion now. So I was telling my friend that. So one of my friend was working in Jeddah. His name is Yunus. May Allah bless him. He's still alive.
Ameen.
So he came to know a brother. His name is Brother Ibrahim Al-Harbi, who is alive now, who is my partner and my sponsor and one of the brilliant brother who took me to this journey.
Oh.
Okay, he have the already idea been established in Jeddah, but it's not in a scale internationally.
I see.
The local concept, but he is very much involved, mashallah, with many products in Jeddah. Only
so Ibrahim Al-Harbi, he is local Makkah.
He's a local man. Yeah.
Okay.
So through my friends, I wanted to know him personally. So we have a discussion. We found both of us in the same direction, looking for the same thing.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
So the problem of the documentation is over now. Even though I don't have identity, but I found a brother who have everything is ready.
MashaAllah.
Okay.
Complement each other.
Yes, alhamdulillah. So he have something, I have something. We come together. That's why, akhi, as alone we can't do anything. We can reach only very limited miles. But together we reach the high, we reach the sky. Okay.
MashaAllah. So brother, when you're saying this story, this reminds me of a hadith by Rasulullah SAW. It says like the souls are like soldiers, and you know, those that recognize each one another, they'll just instantly know each other. So if you have that same vision, that same dream, Allah will make the means to meet the people with your vision and make it happen, inshallah.
Sahih. This is what happened with us, inshallah. Subhanallah. So we come together and we put our proper plan, what we're going to do for the next short plan, mid plan, and as usual for business. But one of the things we said is to promote the da'wah to the visitors of the Masjid al-Haram from Makkah to the world. This was and by using high technology, that time we used that time we think that highest technology, what is it? CD. The early
2000s. Yes. Software. Okay, that's new at that time. Okay, mashallah.
So we start collecting the softwares and some books. I still remember we started with about 6 softwares and 18 books. Our journey began. Today we have 4,500 titles, and software is no more exist anymore.
I remember this. The software, I think I bought one when I was doing Umrah. It's like it's a Quran, it's a Quran software, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I can tell you actually what you bought. You forgot about this. It's called software Tahfidhul Quran.
Tahfidhul Quran? Okay.
It's produced by Harf company. It's used to be one of the best software for translation and how to memorize the Quran.
It was a translation software. I do remember that. Yes.
We were the exclusive distributor for them in Makkah.
MashaAllah. So I really like that point that you said. So the vision was to promote the da'wah in the holy city. So the emphasis here is not to sell books, but it's to go beyond that.
Always from in our journey, the business was secondary.
I love that.
The vision is first. We have a vision to deliver the mission. Okay. To be Rasulullah. To be Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
The messenger of the messenger of Allah.
Messenger of the messenger.
Okay.
So how good is it? It has happened from Makkah.
That was the establishment of the Dakwah Corner, right? But did you still start at Hilton? Was that already your first establishment?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, mashallah.
Can you repeat? I didn't get it.
The one that the common store that most of us get to know is the one in Hilton, right? Hilton Hotel, right?
Yes, it's correct.
So was that already the first establishment? The one
this is the first establishment, yes.
Oh, okay, mashallah. So you started off straight away there. I remember because back then, the first time I went to Umrah with my parents was 2000 actually. So I was still in school. What do I want to say? There were not. I think Hilton was like the only, like you can say, high class shopping area, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, you're right. This is the first modern concept mall in Makkah.
That's right. Because previously it was all the traditional style, like marketplace, and there was no Zamzam, there was no other hotels, right?
Because you're asking this question, I can give a tips who are looking for business. You know, your location is very important.
Yeah.
Don't undermine your location because of the price.
Good one.
Okay.
Okay, you can pay a high rent for a good location. And you pay a very minimum rent, but it's not good location.
Good one.
You know that our location was so strategic. No one actually can hide from me. You know that how it is?
Exactly. Exactly.
The place I sit, I can see everyone go down and come up. So Brother Faisal visiting Makkah, you want to hide from me? No, you cannot.
No, you cannot. Yeah, I remember that the location was superb. It's like, because I think it was like in Hilton, and I think you go up the escalator. That's the first shop you
It's
see.
the fast main escalator.
Yeah.
Okay, when you go up, you turn, you see the fast. You go down, you see the fast.
That's right. You go down, you see that first. Yeah.
You know, I used to say to some of my friends,
Yeah.
you see, if you come to visit Makkah and you not visit us, your Umrah is not accepted.
MashaAllah. So, brother, I'm just curious. Like, so you're saying like to spend more. So this kind of like the kind of long-term investment mindset. You always had that, is it? Like, did you have a mentor like to advise you like this business strategies, like to location, spend more, it's okay, these kind of things?
Is it something like this I can share with you? We know as a human, we are the best creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Am I right?
Yeah.
All the human believe that we are the best creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
A best creation must be deliver best. Correct?
Yeah.
You have to think always the best. And when every single human go separately with himself or herself, they find she is the most beautiful, he is the most, okay? This is how the human think.
Right.
Okay. So in this concept, I always used to believe that if I start something, I have to go to the best of that industry. The best of this profession. Not just you start selling books in Makkah and finish up there.
Right.
Because industry is not end up there. Industry have more to achieve.
MashaAllah.
Right. MashaAllah.
Okay, if let's talking about the Dakwah. Dakwah is not only selling books. Okay, now you learn how to make Dakwah through book. But there is many other method, other asalib, other means, wasail, that you can deliver the Dakwah, which is also connected to your existing business. So I start thinking that way, and I start developing my relationship with the people who playing role in this area, local and international. So I have established relationship with many mashayikh from around the world, especially those students of knowledge in Medina Munawwara, and the scholars who visiting, and also some of the du'at, local du'at, and the Dakwah cooperative offices that established by King Fahad, Allah yarhamu. That time, you know, it was the peak of the Dakwah activities in Saudi Arabia. Sheikh Ibn Baz is there, Sheikh Uthaymeen is there, mashallah. At the other hand, Sheikh Alban is there. Dakwah was so super. So
this was the early 2000s, right?
Yes. So you are in an area that now you are enjoying the atmosphere that is going around.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wanted to be a product of that generation.
Okay.
Yeah, so we thought of that way, and we always think that we can deliver much more than books do. So one thing we did, it was the beyond traditional way of doing the books too. People think that what the supplier supply to me, and I'm going to sell it, and that is enough.
Yeah, that's what most people think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't that way. We thought different way, totally different strategy. First of all, we did 5 things, or I can say is a distinguish us from other traditional books. Is the 5 things I can put that way.
Wow.
Yeah. First of all, if you need to be a known brand, you have to create a specialty for you.
Specialty.
A specialty. What your specialty in what form?
Your niche in this area.
Yes. Number 1, I said, okay, we are not an Arabic bookstore. We are a multi-language Islamic bookstore.
MashaAllah.
Okay. So we start collecting all the material translated to English and other languages. So within the short time, we became the references for the ministries for the translated books.
Oh,
Mashallah.
Okay, it's not only
Okay.
English. So we don't have a single Arabic titles, but we have 70 other languages.
Wow, mashallah, mashallah.
Okay, this is one. Number two, when we're choosing the titles to be in our shelf, we set a criteria of few things. Number one is must be authentic,
Okay.
approved by the mashayikh or by a known center, and beyond like this. Number three is must be quality in terms of printing, and the paper binding is must be quality, because Islamic work must be quality. Islam is the super religion. All things that invite into Islam must be super.
Oh,
Mashallah.
absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so I thought about that. I think I talk about the speciality, and then we have the authenticity and also the quality. And we tried also to make it affordable for the people in terms of price.
Okay.
Yeah, this is also we try to consider. Okay, and then lately we try to maintain our sincerity for our job.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sincerity in our job is well, here we're not talking about to promote our sincerity for the public, no, at all, no.
Yep.
But people always think the sincerity is connected to only religious matter.
Oh.
No, sincerity in your work as well.
Mashallah. Yeah.
You know how you, you doing a job, you are staff in a company working. How are you going to be sincere loyal to your company? Your loyalty to your company is a sincerity actually. If you are working for 8 hours, did you spend 8 hours for the sake of the job task given to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The company owner or as a Dakwah Corner, the manager, did I doing what's supposed to be done for the sake of to develop this place? So we did all the necessary actions to develop this place.
Right. Right.
I remember once a sheikh, I forgot the name, said, the sincerity is so important. Even a robber can win his robbery if he's sincere.
Oh, even a robber even a thief can be successful if he's sincere.
Successful. Yes.
Oh.
But if he's not sincere, he don't do the proper essential plan to be done, he can be failed, he can be cashed out.
So I have to ask, brother. So sincere in this context sort of means like commitment, is it? Like loyalty in that sense?
To fulfill the requirement of that job, a task that's given to you.
The dedication, right? Yeah. Okay.
No,
okay.
It's beyond dedication, Akhi.
Oh, beyond that.
Fulfillment of the all requirements, the task given to you. So your boss is in front of you or not? Did you do that?
Right. Right.
Okay.
MashaAllah.
One is come to you, customers.
I think these
you differentiate between the customer who is rich and who is poor. The one buying 5 ringgit and the one buying 10 ringgit. You did in the same level of service or not?
That's a really good point. Do you discriminate just because they are high paying?
Sometimes we do it unintentionally, but it's happened.
Yeah. We have these biases.
Buying more, you give the attention more.
Yeah. As human beings, right? We have these biases, right? If they have a nice thawb and a good perfume, mashallah, this will probably be a good customer, right?
You have to be sincere. And another one is, of course, you have to be sincere to your objective. Why are you doing this job?
Okay.
Yeah, you are addressing the sincerity toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it sincerely for the sake of Allah. So you get the rewards in this world, you get the rewards for akhirah, both.
MashaAllah. Brother, you mentioned 5 points. So specialty, authenticity, quality, affordability. And you mentioned the 5th point, sincerity. I think you said like it's something that's recently. What do you mean by recently? Is it something like something happened, or if you just realized that, we've been missing this element?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, it didn't say that. Okay, maybe I picked it up wrongly. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
Actually, the 5 criteria you said was, I think the unique selling point hit us. When I think about Dakwah Corner, that's exactly what I've been thinking. If I want to search a translation of any scholar's book, I would go to Dakwah Bookstore, not any other place first.
To be honest, let me share with you something. You know, I was looking for some books.
Yep.
Wallahi, it's 10 years to bring to our shelf.
Wow.
10 years.
Do you believe that 10 years it took me to bring that book to our shelf?
Oh,
why is it?
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Okay. For example, if I give you an example of the book, Risalat Imam al-Shafi'i,
Oh, okay.
Fil Fiqh.
Yep.
This book been published by only non-Muslim publisher all the time.
Oh, really?
And the most of the time is from Europe.
Okay.
Okay. Before the development of this Amazon culture, you know, the shipping here and there.
Yeah.
This is so difficult to communicate with this publisher.
Oh.
And they are always appointed an exclusive distributor in your region.
Okay.
So whenever you write to them, they direct to you the exclusive this distributor. Then you write to distributor, they will say it's not in stock.
Okay. So you always have dead ends when it comes to
always those distributor is a non-Muslim distributor. They don't know about Islamic value and Islamic book, or they not take interest to bring these books in quantity. Okay, and the prices was so high. So, you know, I just give an example. Is there many other books is like this. Let me share with you another book. Recently, it took me 3 years. It's coming next week, inshallah, to us too.
Next week. Okay.
Or next week.
Preview.
Inshallah.
Okay, great.
You know the Madarij al-Salikin.
Okay.
One of the super book.
Oh,
by
yeah.
Nobel scholar
Yeah.
Ibn Qayyim rahmatullahi alayh. It's been translated by one Dr. Anjum by a publisher who is the publisher in America, I think in UK, the Braille publisher.
Oh, Braille.
Braille, okay? And they put the price, is end up to Malaysia, 900 ringgit.
900 ringgit. Wow.
Okay? While these Arabic books is only 80 ringgit.
Oh, for real?
In Indonesia, maybe 150 ringgit in 2 volumes. Okay? Subhanallah, this book, I tried and I go with them to make it cheaper. And you know, I said that Asia is not affordable with that price. Please, I cannot reach to any point. Finally, I decided even 900, I'm going to bring the books to our store. So sometime our job is to make the book is only available, not to make money out of it.
Okay.
So not an easy task, Akhi.
Yeah, mashallah. Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned that the point of money, right? It cross my mind as well. Because people have this perception, like to start a bookstore these days, in this day and age, people don't really read, right? That's the common perception that people have. So it's kind of a very difficult venture to be in. Did you have that kind of thoughts going in?
I always say that if you wanted to make money out of books, please don't join us.
Okay.
But if you love book, please come on board. Okay?
MashaAllah.
Okay. But if you wanted to do Islamic book, I always give one idea. If you don't have missionary thought, please don't join.
You need to have that high vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't feel that, is only you doing Islamic book business, because in Malaysia, for example, in Makkah, many Muslims, they will buy the books. I make out of this money. If only because of this objective, you cannot enjoy. You don't enjoy.
Okay.
You will really enjoy the book business if you have two together. I'm going to work for my faith, and out of that, I'm going to live my life.
MashaAllah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give you some idea, some story of what happened.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see the book cover is enough for me to make the whole day is happy.
Awesome.
Okay.
Wow.
Sometimes I bring a title in a 1 year. This is enough for whole year to enjoy.
MashaAllah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, mashallah.
That's why I always say that, brother, I want to, that I have a lot of questions. How can I establish in the Dakwah Corner in my country? It's a question always been from Africa, from here and there.
People ask you that, huh? Okay, from others. Okay.
By the way, we share our idea. We managed to establish in few countries already, alhamdulillah, even though it's not our own thing, but the same concept, same methodology being applied in almost 7 countries now.
I see.
Mashallah.
Not necessarily using the
100% supporting them with the materials and the concept and ideas and
Oh, mashallah.
supporting them.
Oh,
Okay.
great. Mashallah.
So I always tell them one thing, Akhi. It's a bit funny, but excuse me, please. I say, if you want to die book, dream book, eat book, sleep book, then please do it. Otherwise, don't.
You need to have that genuine passion for it, huh?
Because I know what I'm talking about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if choose the book as a means between him and his messenger. See there, how many in Muslim faith we believe, I think the other faith as well, that the 4 known books of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed through the Jibreel alayhi salam, is all of them called book, Akhi.
True.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Allah the Almighty choose book as a means for him.
Mashallah.
Yeah, he can just, talk to the messengers and deliver is finished, over. But it's not that. He used book as a means. The second thing is not only that. The only thing that Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guaranteed for preservation until the day of judgment is book.
Wow. That's a good point, inshallah.
Okay. You see the Quran, وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. It's book. Not individual personality. No. Even message is going to be interrupted and corrupted. A lot of false message about Islam will be spread around the world. Al-Kidhib, before the Qiyamah, Al-Kidhib is going to be spreading as in a huge way. What happening today. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guaranteed us that He's going to preserve His book. Okay? And then number 3, Akhi, it is when Allah emphasize on something very great, then He give qasam, He take qasam with that particular thing. Correct?
Yeah.
Among them, Allah emphasized subhanahu wa ta'ala in many things. Among them is His pen.
Okay.
Noon wal qalami wama yasturun. And it's not enough, only not say the qalam, wama yasturun, and what is writing.
What is written. Okay. What is writing. Okay.
Yes. So all this showing that the Muslims are really encouraged to read and read the book. Is not book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. You cannot increase your knowledge without reading. And from the ancient times, we found that the Muslims have or had contributed into this industry of the printing, books, publishing, binding, greatly, Akhi, greatly. If you wanted to go see and read a book, Baitul Hikmah, House of Wisdom, 1001 invention by Muslims. So they greatly contributed toward this industry. Even though today we are so much back in the line.
Right.
But it's not mean that we are at the back continue. Inshallah, we're going to front again. Don't worry.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the takeaway points I got from this is the idea of ulul himmah, having high aspirations. So the idea is the high aspiration here is da'wah. And the best, so the books are the medium for us to get to that means. And so we always have that thinking in mind. Yeah. So that was the one that will give us that passion to keep sustaining and keep improving ourselves and striving for the best.
Correct. They say the book is a friend. They never, never humiliate you. and never make you angry.
Yeah, mashallah.
Okay. And also the book is a home for the one no home. You know, like me, who have no home, book is my home.
Oh,
You can find comfort in the books, then.
And also the book is a friend for those no friend.
Oh, mashallah.
Okay.
Mashallah.
And it's not only that, the book is provision for the one who have no provision to go and see the world.
Yeah. Mashallah.
You read the book at home and you fly over the world.
Yeah. Oh, mashallah. I love that point. So, Akhi, I'm just curious, like this passion towards reading in general for you, is it always been something that you've grown up with, or is it something that grew with you over time?
You know, that sometimes your situation lead you to read.
Right.
And also your objective in the life is to lead you to read as well.
Ah, okay.
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 If I wanted to be a special one in my area, in my industry, my profession, how can it happen without reading? Let's say, take a student, without reading, how can he you know, the best in the class? He cannot excel. Even a teacher, how can be best teacher in the school without reading? Okay. Similarly, how can be a good Muslim akhi without knowing things? So the more you know, the more you can deliver. So it is always connected to your profession.
Right.
Unless you wanted to choose to be, you know, with those out there, then you choose not reading. It's okay. Okay.
So,
Sometimes the people say, okay, you know, it's a concept actually from the Zuhud. Oh, this wall I don't need. This is enough what I have. Okay. So I'm not going to do the excel in my worldly thing. I'm going to do the excel only. The akhirah, my religious affairs, which is totally against the concept developed by Islam, introduced by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You see, in the first very beginning, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Allah talking about the perfection of Iman al-Falah, success in the life. Among those people who succeeding in their both life, they're going to spend in the fi sabilillah. How are you going to spend if you don't have anything? So there is a lot of highest status in Islam. You cannot achieve it without the mal. لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. And also, Prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever come to the great matters in Islam, mention the amwal before the anfus. Mention the wealth before the nafs. Okay? Like a verse in Surah As-Saf. يا أيها الذين آمنوا هل أدلكم على تجارة تنجيكم من عذاب أليم تؤمنون بالله after iman تؤمنون بالله ورسوله وتجاهدون في سبيل الله بأموالكم وأنفسكم. See the word amwal here before anfus. So if you ask someone, please join us in these activities, he will simply say, I will join with myself. Brother, we need some fun for that project. I'm sorry, I don't have anything to give.
Yeah.
Because people backhold themselves when it's come to the spending fi sabilillah. And there is a great project will never happen without the money. So ummah require this concept of wealth, akhi. So that's why Allah keeps some in the Jannah, some position is only for the sakhi, not for the bakhil. Because sakhi only come through the wealth.
We can translate that, brother. Sakhi and bakhil, but
Generosity.
okay.
Yeah.
For the generous one.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming back to that point. So for you personally, it was the passion for books and reading was developed because of the identity that you established as a Muslim. Like right? Okay, mashallah. Speaking about that, so Maybe can you share some tips with what we are struggling with? What I hear a lot is that people are saying like, oh, I just can't find time to read. You know, it's just so difficult to make time to read. So maybe, brother, can you share with us some tips and some advice? How can our listeners out there, start this habit? Like we are struggling to find time to read. So where do we start?
There is a various kinds of the reading, isn't it? Some reading is for fundamentals. You must read it, and some you need for a while, and then you don't have to read it. No need to continue. And some for not both reasons, just read it. So when you fixing yourself to read in a specific book in a specific time, I think it's quite difficult.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you choose for you fundamental reading, that is in a specific time in a week, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. But for others, you just keep a book next to your bed. Okay.
Right.
By the way, I'm going to share with you, I have a child, or I say I have 2 child that now allow you to sleep without reading for them at least 5 books.
5 books.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
I feel so sad sometimes I have to off light because it is already late night.
MashaAllah.
Yet they're crying, you not completed the job to do.
Oh, MashaAllah.
Some of them, they say, the book I read for them actually is many times I read, still they wanted to read the same book.
Yeah.
Yep. I can relate to that.
I can relate to that.
So what I say to my wife, this is a very, very good culture we can develop within them, and they will continue afterward. So please, take this as a challenge and be patient and do our best to not stop them from doing this. Okay. So we have to find out in a way of, by the way, sometimes the book is nothing, wallahi, it's not Islamic book.
Oh, just casual reading, right?
It's talking about dinosaur, I do what I do.
Okay.
And so most of the time it's about the color, haywan in the sea, animals in the sea, and kinds of things.
I see.
I have a son also. He loved the Prophet Yunus because he loved the whale.
MashaAllah.
Okay, he said the Prophet Yunus is my friend.
Oh, MashaAllah.
Yeah. And also I did another thing I think I can share with the brothers and sisters here. Every home have its budget for spending, isn't it?
Yes.
So according to your income, you have a budget, how much you're going to spend. Am I right?
Yeah.
But I told my wives that, for everything is budget, except if the children wanted to buy a book, there is no budget.
MashaAllah.
Okay.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. And the last tip in this regards, I can share with you. I think every home require to develop a library. How small is it? Doesn't matter. Okay. So the library behind me, is our actually house library.
Nice.
The ground floor, a room we designated only for books.
MashaAllah.
So what we do, whenever we wanted to talk for nothing, is we just come and sit here. Floor. No chair here, by the way, it's a carpet.
Oh, okay.
Arab style. We sit here. While we sit talking, the children making the messy, all the books they take down to okay. And then you have to fix it, arrange it again and again every day. When we establishing this library at home, I told my wife, let the children do the concept and buy the things according to their need. What color, what carpet, what size.
Give them the freedom. Okay.
Some of I received some complaint from moms. They say this is expensive and this is that. I said, never mind, it's on me. Just do it.
Okay.
So they feel connected to that shelf.
Yeah. Because they have some ownership in it. Kids like that, right? Like if they have a choice in something, they choose that.
Yes.
Yeah, I own it, right?
Yeah.
This is mine.
So I think this is a very, very important thing to do in every home. How small doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a good point. So build a library and let the kids take part in how they want to design the library.
Yeah.
and allow them the freedom to make a mess. Just
Yes.
live with it.
Please do that.
They're gonna make a mess with their toys anyway, right? So you
Oh,
might as
every
well.
day, no problem. I'm going to fix every day.
MashaAllah. This is really good, MashaAllah. So it becomes like a recreation for them. And I mean, this is much better. The kids have to get, I mean, kids these days are attached to gadgets and digital things anyway. Might as well create the alternative of books, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Yeah, I can relate to that, Akhi. My son, 4-year-old, Muawiyah, he's just telling me to read the same books again and again and again. So I just I try to remind myself, be patient. At least he loves books, right? It's not asking for some nonsense stuff. I remember we have this Quran book, and it's he always says, I want the elephant surah. Because that book has this like pictures about birds, and he loves to see like the imagery of birds and stones and elephants and army, and like, oh, he loves the epic story, mashallah. So yeah.
This my son, the Ubada, the one I'm talking about, he loved the Prophet Yunus.
Yeah.
The one means his nene, one, his grandmother.
His grandmother, yeah.
Yeah. So read the verses of the Surah Yunus, play for him Surah Yunus after finish the story. And he memorized in the middle of the Quran those ayat, those verses related to the Surah Yunus.
MashaAllah. Wow.
It's totally unknowingly, totally not planned.
MashaAllah. Wow. Yeah. So much barakah when you have that continuous going. Because you actually don't know what your children pick up, isn't it? Like you don't know what resonates with them. And suddenly one day you're just playing around and they just say something like, whoa, where did that come from? So mashallah, the worst thing is you get language that you don't want, but the best case is mashallah, you get something like this, like, oh, they mentioned something from Quran. Mashallah. Mashallah. Brother, maybe picking up a little bit where we left up just now. So how did you end up in Malaysia actually? So that was from in Makkah, right?
A lot of people will think that I love my wife, that's why I come here.
Yeah, that could be one assumption.
Actually, I married to my Malaysian wife. It's later actually. I come first here.
Okay.
While I'm practicing this business in Makkah, of course, I have built relationship with many people from all over the world. Among them is many Malaysians. I was so impressed with knowing some Malaysian brothers.
Oh.
And it's not only the selected brother, actually, in generally, by knowing many Malaysians. Okay? The people here may say the Malaysians don't read, isn't it? Correct?
Yeah, people generally say that, yeah.
In the beginning in Makkah, I feel the same.
Oh, I see.
2001, 2003, 2004, I was feeling the same. Malaysians are lazy to read the book. Right. I was feeling the same.
I see.
Subhanallah, suddenly I don't know what happened, what changes make the government or individuals. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
It's 2004 onward, in our record in Dakwah Corner, Malaysian become number 2 as a book buyer.
Wow.
Otherwise, a reader. Okay? So it's a jump within the 4 years. So from here, I started the idea of, I think this, I always think, Akhi, if I establish the same concept, I was thinking of few pointed things. Number one, a country that must be stable politically. Okay.
Fair enough.
And a country also, there is some stability economic. Okay.
Yep.
At the same time, there is a reading culture. This is growing, as well as opportunity to do da'wah is not much obstacle like other countries.
Oh, okay. Not so much obstacles for da'wah.
Yeah. So all these things I put in mindset. So I start building my relationship with the Malaysians. Alhamdulillah, I come across many good brothers. If namely, I can give you hundreds names, Akhi. Some of them university professors, and some of du'at, and some of student of knowledge, and some general brothers and sisters. They ask me, please come and do this job in Malaysia. We need this kinds of thing. Okay.
I see.
So, namely, I can mention a few brothers. My brother, I have to say my brother, Dr. Ismail Umar from Qibla, and brother Ahmad Sudikin from the Cert Publications, and there is another Dr. Tajuddin, okay, and then namely to mention, and Sheikh Hussein E. that times. MashaAllah, many other brothers. The brother, Iraqi brother was living in Malaysia. His name is Amin. Alhamdulillah, those brothers encouraged me, please come and help, come here. We need these kinds of books too in Malaysia. So first time, I decided to visit Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
In 2006 to study the case, okay?
Okay.
By the way, whenever I do something, I do very proper study first.
Okay. So
I go personally and study the things from all dimensions, then I decide.
Okay.
So 2006, I came to Malaysia for the first time. I stayed 1 month. And I went around. I visited all the Islamic bookstore, Islamic organization. I have noted their challenges and their possibilities, all of them. Okay. And also I thought of what I can do beyond only bookstore.
Okay.
What other things I can bring to this industry. Okay. Then Alhamdulillah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in 2008, after studying 2 years, I decided to open in Malaysia the first branch. 2008.
2008, yeah, I remember that.
2008, yes. Alhamdulillah, I have, in the beginning, it was quite a mixed, reactions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's some negative and some positive, some challenges here and there. I don't want to mention all.
Oh, I see.
Finally, Alhamdulillah, we overcome. And we are here today.
Okay.
There is in Arabic, there is a shair say, إذا طمحت للحياة النفوس لا بد أن يستجيب القدر. Okay. إذا ما طمحت إلى غاية رقبت المنى ونسيت الحضر. So it means that for a worthy and noble existence, the fate will accordingly respond. My goals, once I have set it and put aside all cautions. So this is a very inspiring saying that is one shair of Arabia, they said once. This is what exactly happened to us. When I set the goal, I worked for it hard, and until we achieved it, alhamdulillah.
Oh, mashallah. Mashallah.
Until 2009, we were only bookstore. We not start publishing.
Okay. That's a good point. Okay. Right.
When you are in a bookstore, the next step is actually publishing.
Okay.
Am I right? As a bookseller, of course, the books is your product. Either you publish or you bring from other people. Throughout our working experience, we came to know that there is a lot of area in Islamic sciences been not addressed well by many publishers.
Okay.
So, and the many requests from the audience or from the readers, they're asking for some titles, but we can't find is anywhere.
Oh, what are some of these Islamic sciences, brother, that you saw back then that was still lacking? That was still.
For example, let's say there's some modern issues that appear in the Ummah.
Modern issues. Okay.
Some publishers, they don't want to address these issues, or they don't take as a part of their delivery to highlight that particular issue.
Okay, that's a good point.
Is one. Secondly, even Islamic traditional sciences also. Sometimes, it's a huge knowledge, Akhi. You do 1, 2, 3 publisher to address the whole thing. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people need to involve.
Yeah.
So we make a decision that we must address by publishing some of the matters. Because we have already customer base, and you already came to know the problems that our Muslims Ummah is facing. And then you are capable to address the matters, as well as you have the contact with those qualified authors.
Okay.
All these elements lead us to become publisher.
I see.
But the publishing experience is very horrible.
Oh.
To be honest, first few publications of ours, we just print it and burn it.
Burn it. Oh,
Uh,
was that intentional?
because you plan the product to be good as a content, as a quality, as I mentioned, is authentic in language, quality in printing and language, and it's look good and it's compete with the market quality. But subhanallah, because you have like experience, is something you don't please with yourself.
Oh, I see. I see.
So,
So
after we receive and we pay to the publisher and printer and author,
yeah.
take the book and burn it.
Wow. Wow.
Not
You're that-
once, it's twice, akhi.
Wow. So you're that unhappy with the quality. Even you yourself, you felt that was not up to your standards.
I always say to my team, this is our graduation to be publisher. We
Right.
really enjoyed that experience of failure.
Right.
Failure.
That failure was an important
Yeah.
lesson for you. MashaAllah.
So enjoy your failure, akhi, to go to the next stage.
It's a really good one.
If you
Okay.
cannot enjoy your failure, you can't go to a step next.
MashaAllah. Such an important point.
This is what happened exactly with Dakwah Corner. I also remember in the earliest few books of Dakwah Corner published by Dakwah Corner, when we offered to some bookstores, I remember the mock and the love, and they rejected to sell the books in their shelf.
They rejected to sell Dakwah Corner books.
They say, what kinds of book is it? It's not qualified, you know. It's not English, it's not qualified, it's not look nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Subhanallah, today, those brothers are our main customers.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
But we take their command. I still say that they are our teachers. We learn from them a lot.
Okay.
But we not copied them. We innovated the new ideas.
Okay.
So if we copy their ideas, we become another one of them.
Okay. It's a good point.
Okay. But here we created our own ideas by learning from their existing experience.
Leverage from the experience without copying them.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Well, alhamdulillah, today our books is in their store without any request. Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. You don't have to request them to send.
Alhamdulillah,
MashaAllah.
they say, please, you have any books? 500 copy for me.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. There are a lot of takeaway points that I got from this, brother. So, MashaAllah, if Allah gives you the means to do it, if you know there's a need for it, then don't procrastinate. Go for it, right? I think that's one of the takeaway points I got from this.
Yes.
Because Allah gave you the means to do it. So you have a responsibility to step up. That's one of it. Yes, it might be difficult. You might be facing failure.
Yeah.
So, mashallah. So I think that was another takeaway point that I got. Like, use these failures as to fuel your experiences, because that's what actually, in a way, that's the price to pay. Anything you want to reach in life, right? There's always something that you have to go through.
Correct.
And so, mashallah, it's nice to hear this from you. Yeah, mashallah. So where do you go from there? So after this experience, actually, brother, I do recall one of the earliest books. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when the earlier years of the publishing experience from Dakwah Corner, the earlier books, a lot of focus on the heart, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I remember the translation was an essay from Ibn Taymiyyah about the heart. There was a book about purification of the heart. There was
Yes.
You even had publication of Enjoy Your Life from Dr. Muhammad Arifi, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, Dr. Arifi's is not ours.
Oh, that was Darussalam, right. Okay.
But you mentioned two books. It's the earliest books of ours. This is on the heart as well as it's not purification of the heart. By the way, we changed the ritual of worshipping heart, but it was not the same title. It was another title. You know, let me share with you an experience of a book. Okay, I mentioned many books, isn't it?
Yeah.
Many people say to you, this is I think is a known to everyone. Say, don't judge the book by its cover. Am I right?
Yeah, that's a common phrase.
Today, we came to know that theory is not correct. 33.9% people will judge the book by its cover.
Okay.
I'm giving you a percentage here. Sorry, 33.33. If you go to the 100%, isn't it?
Okay,
You
1/3.
judge
Okay.
the book by its cover. Another 33.3 will judge the book by its author.
Oh.
Okay. Another 33.3 will judge the book by its content.
Okay.
Okay.
So content by itself is only 1/3 of the story. That's the lesson here.
By the way, all these things can be failed if there is another thing is not fulfilled, connected to quality.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We publish a book, if you recall, Akhi, it's called The Forsake Grief and Start Living. Forsake Grief and Start Living. You remember?
Forsake grief and start living. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The book. Okay. That when we choose the title for this book, I consulted a very known sheikh of ours. I say, Sheikh, what the title to give for this book? Because in Arabic it's called Da'il Huzn wa Abda'il Haya. This is the title. Da'il Huzn wa Abda'il Haya.
Right.
And I asked the sheikh, I tried to use the translation in many different ways. Then I asked him, what is the translation? I mean, the good title should be. Then the sheikh gave us this title, the one I mentioned, Forsake Grief and Start Living. We printed about 2,000 copies of this book. It took 4 years to sell this 2,000.
I see. Wow.
We came to know that is only reason that the title was not suitable for the targeted audience.
Oh.
Okay. Same book after 4 years. We only changed the titles.
Right.
Every year we print 6,000 books in every year.
Wow, that's a big change.
Example
Wow,
only.
wow.
Continuously last 10 years. What do you think?
Wow. MashaAllah.
Only title.
Oh.
Sometimes that's why there is a clash between the publishers and the authors in choosing the titles, because they see only their book, but we see different other elements.
Right. Good point.
Yes.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
So what was the title revised to then? So the first title was Forsake Grief and Start Living.
Stop worrying and start living.
Stop worrying and start living. MashaAllah.
Yes.
Oh,
I have the book and start living.
I have the books behind. So if you're willing to write a book in your life, please come to me before you give title.
Oh, MashaAllah. There's a book by Dale Carnegie, right? Similar title, right?
Yes, similar titles. Yes.
Okay, but this one. Okay. MashaAllah. Wow, this is really awesome.
So I'm just sharing an experience that is what exactly is happened with us.
MashaAllah. Yeah, I'm happy to see that like the efforts are continuously expanding, and actually I do observe that there's a consistent commitment to quality. MashaAllah. Allahumma barak.
Also, when we came to publishing and we start knowing gaining the experience, we put the thing in the stage, not in rushing to bring many titles in 1 year. No, first year we only looking for 3 titles in a year.
Okay.
We increased to 6 titles in a year.
Okay.
And we move and we include the first 2 categories only. After that, we add another category. At the moment now we are talking, we are working in the 6th category. Okay, and the 24 books per year. This is our limitation now today.
24 books per year.
Per year, new title, and reprinting all our 125 titles is reprinting. But the new titles to be added in our catalog is 24, the max.
I see. Wow, 24 does sound like a lot though, brother, to be honest.
But to be honest, some publishers bring in 1 month 2 or 24.
I see. Wow. Okay. That's interesting to know. I mean, from a reader's perspective, we cannot tell, but mashallah, it's nice to know these facts. So how did you move from there to where we sit right now, like maybe the straight path and inviting Mufti Menk? Was that like a natural progression? It sounds like a completely different deal for you, isn't it?
I always say that your capital is your interaction with the people. How you interact with the people is your capital. And how you build trust with the people is your capital. Your capital is not money. Many people believe capital is the money that in your account. I always thought of different way. I never have capital.
I see.
Yeah, my capital was always is interaction, relationship with the people. Okay.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, is that throughout the story, I developed with my relationship with many speakers, many writers, and also I attended myself with many courses and classes here. And sometimes we collaborate with them, and also we supported them with the materials.
I see.
Okay, so by that we come to know that in this field also we can contribute. Okay, this is how we came to the organizing the talks. It's not copying. It's not copying the another organization's idea. Rather, is we found our way of our role to contribute in the same industry.
You found your role, okay.
So I came to know one of my best friends is Haji Muhammad Arif Puteh during the one of his journey in Makkah when he came for Umrah. So we exchanged some of the ideas. That's you know, the what is the lake in the Dakwah in Malaysia, especially in terms of organizing the talks and the courses. So we sit together and we come out and we have some notes, and then we identified our role that we can play. Okay, and then we decided to move to that
direction.
Activities. Yeah, that direction is.
At this point, you were already settled down in Malaysia, but you met him in
yes.
Makkah. I see.
We're talking about 2008 and 2012, so there is a 4-year skip.
Okay.
Yeah. As I mentioned, we not jump for anything quick. We really study the ground and what's happening and where we can play the role in a positive way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You know, in Arabic it's called thagara. You cannot fulfill all the gate, but you can, Allah use you to fulfill a gate, one of them. If you manage to do this, your job is done, akhi. Some others will come, they will fulfill another gate.
Right, they'll pass the baton to them. They will continue the barakah, inshallah.
Yeah. As long as you fill the gate, alhamdulillah, you do this. You did something that's Allah wants from you.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Brother, just a side note, we just wanted to add, that's actually exactly what we did in the Barakah effect. So there was a long time planning this. Like we were questioning ourselves, do we need this? Are we competing with other people? And then we were really like, we wanted to make sure whatever we contribute in the space, it's going to complement the da'wah, not to compete with other people. What do we have that's different, that's unique, that we can contribute to, that's unique part of the ummah, that's different from the rest? I don't want to steal from this ustad. I want to contribute to the da'wah. And so we believe that, we are working professionals, most of us. We are trying to implement Islam in our career, in our families. Let's just double down on that. We are not shuyukh, we are not ustad, we are not experts. So that's the identity we want to establish. So I relate to what you said. So we took a long time to establish this podcast. MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
Okay, MashaAllah. Allah Mabarak. So then you started this discussion with Haji Arif.
Yeah.
And then eventually it led to that event in 2012 with Mufti Menk live in KL. That's what it led to, is it?
We have studied actually many things together. Among them is to develop a local brand that is appealing to the local problems or appealing to the local dawah issues.
Right.
Okay, this is the main thing, akhi. When we discuss with him, first of all we try to address the issues that is facing the Muslim community in Malaysia. While we have some other organization doing very, very good job in a broader scale, it's a bigger.
Right.
Here we try to address the things that locally facing by the Muslim community.
Very good, very good.
Okay, this is one. Also, we try to address the audience and a specific audience, targeted audience, not so mass in general. So we basically, if you say in da'wah, it's called jumhur, ma'rifatul jumhur. We try to understand who are da'wah, jumhur, and what are the topics or matter that we can deliver to them. And also we thought of the way how they're going to be effective to them. Okay, so we talk about the Dawah, Jumhur, and Asalib Dawah. Okay, so that's 3 points we studied very well, and also we try to test our ideas. Actually, this is the first, MMKL 2012.
Oh,
It's a test ground for us.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that time for us, few things new. Is okay. This is the first time we organizing a public lecture series. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, we bringing a person for the first time in Malaysia who is unknown to Malaysia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because the Mufti Menk, by the way, it's first time in Asia.
Yeah. Oh, Asia in general. Wow.
In Asia. First time in Asia.
Right.
Okay. So it's the first time in Asia. First time in Malaysia.
Side note, brother, he's unknown except for people who go to Dakwah Corner, because everyone who goes to Dakwah Corner will see Mufti Menk DVD playing.
Correct.
Times, right?
Exactly. Yes. yes. And that's also how I came to know to him. And then we exchanged some idea. And I gave him the ideas, why not come to the physically to the Malaysia. And I hope that the people will love your talk. And your delivery is good, inshallah. Will put some impact within them. So please come, and this is what he mentioned actually in his lecture. Remember, Brother Faisal?
I don't remember that actually. He said that, huh?
In the lecture, yes.
Oh, mashallah.
So we are the first organizer, first time organizing the event, as well as the speaker is new. And the method we're going to use also is new.
Oh, the method is new? How so?
I mean, this is basically it's not one day, full day convention. It's going to be 2 talks in a day.
Right, 2 talks, yeah.
Okay. And the venue we're using is the university, not a public hall outside. And then maybe the promotion is not that strong, So some challenges was there.
Yeah.
But we say, Bismillah, we're going to test our ground.
MC also new, untested. Okay.
And, volunteers also new. Yeah. A lot of things actually.
MashaAllah.
Together, all new, plus new.
Yeah.
So we came out with something new result. This is called, we can contribute in much better than we did right now. So this one lead on there, we start doing the planning to do the convention in bigger scale.
Right.
So when we come to the idea of establishing the Straight Path Convention in Malaysia.
Okay, so sorry, brother, just before you start the Straight Path,
yeah.
so I just wanted to make a comment. So you know how you shared like when you did the publishing, the first 3 you burn it, right? So I'm glad that this Mufti Menk KL live in KL 2012 didn't result in you burning anything.
No, okay. Is this something also happened? If you ask me a question, actually I can I can tell you.
Oh, okay.
That time, still the DVD is relevant. That time, that particular time, 2012.
Oh, yeah.
Market for the DVD was relevant.
Yeah.
So a part of our work was multimedia as well.
Right. Yes.
But we failed to produce the quality that is required for the market.
I see. Okay.
It's not up to a standard of the day.
I see.
Yeah.
So the talk itself was okay, but the
talk is very good.
Right.
The quality definition of the video is not that high.
I see. Okay.
So of course, this is when we have our meeting. We noted that, and then we try to address this issue in the next recording.
Okay, mashallah. I remember the cameraman was Uncle Nick, right? That time.
Jazakallah khair, yes. MashaAllah, he did very good job. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, mashallah.
May Allah reward you.
Ameen. Okay, so so sorry to interrupt you there. So coming back to the Straight Path Convention, right?
After that, when we meet the organizer, after this, then we come out that we can contribute in this field as well. A lot of other role we can play because we have good connection with the international speakers as well as local. And also as I mentioned, our focus was to address the local matters is the first.
I love that
and
point.
Speed according to the local need.
Right.
And also to create some local talent throughout the process of this organizing this event.
Okay. MashaAllah.
So this was all our plan. It's not just the day and night and come out the idea. No, this is all our plan.
Okay.
We are still progressing toward that.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, mashallah. One thing though, brother, it's always struck out to me as significant is that there's always a strong emphasis on locals. And the tarbiyah approach is very strong. So I mean, sometimes what I see is not just in business, but sometimes in da'wah as well. The mindset is like, oh, just take experienced people, get them, deliver, and then khalas, we're done, right? So, but what you have is like you want to see the potential that's here. You want the momentum to keep growing and becoming the best, so that from there you can get other great things so that long-term thinking is there.
Correct. You see, the da'wah must be relevant. Da'wah should be, our call to Islam must be addressed to the point. You're talking about something is not relevant to this country. What is the point of talking about that, for example? I just give an example. For example, a country, people are not exercising the magic there, seher.
Right. Yeah.
Then we start talking about the magic. What is the point?
Yeah. I see. MashaAllah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say a country, the real problem is grave worshippers. Okay?
For this country.
Let's say another country is the problem is grave worshipping. Okay, the kuburiyin.
Yep.
Okay? Then you start addressing about the riba.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So it goes on like this. So you have to be, your dawah must be relevant to the locality. Okay, this is what is our plan to address the issues facing people here, da'wah facing in Malaysia.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, this is one of the goal and objective of the State Park Convention, as well as if you remember, we always use the local project manager. You remember that?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And also, our preference was to choose the volunteer as much as possible as the local.
Yeah.
Okay, because we wanted to increase the culture of organizing the events such TSP by the local people.
Yeah, MashaAllah.
Because they are aware of the country more than I do.
MashaAllah. Yeah, I love this approach actually, because it's just because I have been volunteering for other organizations as well. So what makes TSP very unique is that there's a sense of loyalty. There's a sense like the same people behind the scenes, and then they grow over the years. You see them developing, and mashallah, like it's nice to see that. And they have the expertise in that. So they have an expertise of project management in organizing that event. So that's also a skill. And actually we need these skills for da'wah. People think like da'wah is just about the speaking per se. People look at the speaker on stage, but all these other things, all super important actually. MashaAllah.
Super important.
Yeah.
Actually, if you think the whole thing, my role is very small.
Yeah.
Very little.
Yeah, MashaAllah.
Sometimes you don't find any role there.
Yeah.
But that huge,
but planting that seed, that's the one that counts. MashaAllah.
You know, brother, I always believe one thing, that Malaysia have a lot of capable individuals and parties that they can contribute in a bigger form. This is, I always believe that. As a writer, as an organizer, as a speaker, okay? There is a lot of potential capabilities within the Malaysian. I always believe that. So I actually encouraged the local writers, okay, to come forward to publish their books with us, with Dakwah Corner. Actually, we published about 4 titles as local writers. And also I told the local publishers, please, you deserve more higher stage than you're using now. Come on board with us, we'll make your books in international level.
Oh, mashallah.
So, the few publishers actually, their books first time see overseas through us.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it's not only to be the Dakwah Corner books to be go overseas, no. Actually, we asking all the publishers, come please join us. Let's lead the country in the world industry level.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah.
Mashallah. That's nice. Wow. So maybe just share to wrap it up. Like, what's next for Dakwah Corner? What's the next vision, and what can we expect next that you're passionate about? Some projects that you want to share with us.
As a vision in Dakwah Corner Bookstore, we believe that we can be among the world's most reliable source for authentic Islamic contents, not only in Malaysia, to be among the world's most reliable source for authentic Islamic content. This is a vision for Dakwah Corner. It's not we are alone, but we wanted to be among the others who contributed a lot to this industry, but we wanted to be among the top of the reliable source for authentic Islamic content. Okay, but as a Malaysian company, we believe in Dakwah Corner to make Malaysian Islamic publishing industry to the world stage. Okay? Because we believe that Malaysia can contribute in a bigger scale to the Muslim and non-Muslim alike out there. I'm not talking about Malaysia, out there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always believe that Malaysians are capable and they have full abilities to do that job. Because let me share with you something very interesting. You know that Malaysian have, if I say the right correct, Malaysian have and a big respect in the people heart.
In the what?
In people, other people heart.
Hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know, when I meet people from UK, for example, from South Africa, and from other parts of the Arabian world, in Makkah, when you say about Malaysia, something that, let me share with you something very interesting, okay?
Yeah.
Once we attend the Jeddah Book Fair, and also we attend in the Sharjah Book Fair, Sharjah in UAE.
Yep.
So in our booth, we put the Malaysian flag.
Oh, okay.
You know, we received many customers. They came to our stall not to buy book, to take a picture with the Malaysian flag.
Ah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now let's say there is many other stalls out there. Indian flags is there, Algerian flags is there, Kuwaiti flags is there.
Right.
In fact, behind us is the Lebanese flags is there.
Sure.
I didn't see none of them go there and take picture.
Okay.
Why they come to our stall and they take the picture with the Malaysian flag?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wanted to raise a question. Is mean that people look to you as a marker?
Mashallah.
So that is not only marker, they're also looking from you in the bigger delivery to them, how you can contribute to the world. So I think that is one of the industry that the Malaysians can contribute, especially Islamic industry of publishing.
Ah, okay.
And inshallah, Dakwah Corner can play a role to, to lead that journey.
Okay. Okay. May Allah grant you all
One
of you
our vision
success.
as well, inshallah.
Oh, mashallah. May Allah grant barakah and realizing this vision. And we hope to collaborate with you. I'm always with you, inshallah. I'll try my best, mashallah. So, mashallah. So I think this really, so maybe, the takeaway point for us and for the listeners out there, step up, right? We have the platform here. We have the brothers and sisters behind the scenes who want to make this a success. The writers, the publishers, the organizers, you have a niche skill, contribute in any way. Brother Farid has been involved in so many different sides of the spectrum. Mashallah, I have joined my stream in one way that I can. I hope I can continue to contribute more. Brother Farid, I want to ask you a very, I don't know if it's a tough question, but you can be very frank with this. You because your wife is Malaysian, technically that makes your children Malaysian as well, but you are technically not a Malaysian citizen per se, right? So you're saying that Malaysians, we have a lot of potential. You can see a lot of potential in us being on the world stage. But why is the case? What does it take to realize that potential? What's holding us back? A tough one, right? Yeah, but
let me share. Maybe I'm right or wrong, but what my observation is.
Sure.
I think there is a cultural tradition play a role holding back Malaysian to come forward.
Mm.
These people wanted to be always humble. Okay? So anytime you ask them to come forward, they think is a proud. Takabbur.
Oh, they think it's pride. Okay.
Is a pride. So I think this is the major. Most of the time, this is the things that behind the holding, the people come forward.
Right.
So we have to explain to them, this pride is required. So you have to come forward. It's no problem. You can make a mistake in the first step. Okay, but you will discover your abilities, unlimited abilities you can discover when you come forward. Especially talking to our industries related people who can write. By the way, Brother Faisal, let me share with you. There is a local publishing company, produced their books in English. They have failed to succeed. The same book, Malaysian writer, Malaysian designer, Malaysian artists and illustrators. Same book in the same condition, published by an UK's publisher, become world bestseller.
Huh.
Wallahi, nothing changed. Same thing exactly.
Huh.
I'm not giving the name here, but it's now the same book. We refuse to buy from them locally. I am getting the book from UK now.
Oh, subhanallah.
How bad is it?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the point here now? Because when they publish book in English, they fail to promote the book as English book.
They failed to promote it as an English book.
Yes. So they were so emphasized on their Malay books, they forgot that there is a book they publish in English. Okay, so they don't believe in the ability of their own work.
Oh.
So we have to bring back some trust on our product is the best. Confidence level. We have to bring back to our product.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. So I believe that we are capable and we have a lot of abilities and we can deliver much better than we do. Please come forward and make this industry together to the world stage.
Yeah. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Brother, I just want to share with you, when you, back in the Straight Path 2019, what was the theme again? 2020 was to be steadfast. Flee to Allah. Yes, that's the one. So you gave, so that was the first time that I got the opportunity to give a talk, and you gave the topic to me was bravery and generosity.
Correct.
I still remember my first impression when I looked at it was, this is crazy. This is such a difficult topic. I can't do this. Like when I look at the titles, the others are easier. Why did you give me this one? I didn't tell you this. This was just behind the scenes when I was looking at it. So I was like, oh, this is crazy, man. I don't think I can talk about this. I don't know anything about bravery. I don't know anything about, generosity. Maybe I can read up about it, but I don't know anything about this. I was giving it a lot of thought, brother. And then I thought, you know what? This ummah needs courage. And this is the chance that Allah has given me to do something which is out of my comfort zone, but now I have to push myself to learn about it. This is an opportunity for me. So I have to demonstrate this first. I have to walk the talk first. If I chicken out from this, I cannot expect other people to take courage, right? So that's what behind the scenes, right? Then only that's what took so much courage behind the scenes for me to say to you, okay, akhi, I will try, inshallah.
You did very well, mashallah, tabarakallah. You did very, very, very well, mashallah.
Yeah. True.
In fact, I listened to it a few times.
Oh,
Myself, yes. I mean, you did very well, mashallah.
Oh, mashallah. Allah mabarak. Yeah, so I think the lesson from me is that, yeah, it's always scary, but you try your best and you seek the help of Allah. You seek consultation from your friends, your teachers. You try your best. What's the worst that could happen, right? Because people always think like, what's the worst that could happen? But what's the best that could happen? MashaAllah, so much khair can come from it if Allah grants you the chance.
I wanted to share one more things before I forgot. It's a very important note as well throughout the journey of developing this brand. You cannot do anything. I learned that you cannot do yourself alone anything. You need a dedicated team, a loyal team. They share with you with their soul and heart.
Mm.
I always appreciate it. I have a team, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and I'm proud of them. Every single one was with us or with us now.
Oh,
I
mashallah.
appreciate their all effort. If you are not there, we are not today here. That's all.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
With the team, we can achieve more. With the team.
Yeah.
And also, lately we're focusing on our goal a lot. The goal that we're setting for every year is something achievable, not difficult for people. I learned that whenever you focus on your goal for every year, let's say 2022, we have goals to achieve. And easy to work with the team. Every single one in the team members, they know their role. Very easy.
Mashallah.
Yeah. You know, we learn something from our religion. When every single one focus on goals, things happen very easily. Just take an example of the Salah. Yeah. One leader, one instruction, thousands of people, second they've been. The point is that is focus on the goals. So Alhamdulillah, especially right now, in Dakwah Corner Bookstore, it's doing very, very well, Alhamdulillah, despite the challenges of the pandemic and all.
Oh, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah, we are doing well.
Oh, mashallah.
And Bada Tawfiq Allah Azza wa Jal goes to my dedicated team.
Mashallah. Allah Mubarak. I love that point, brother, because the same thing as well, the Barakah effect. Even we discuss with each other, we can't do this by ourselves. If you tell us to publish certain episodes, like Faisal to do it, khalas, I will expire by episode 3. You know? So, but because we have the 5 of us and we kind of pick up each other, and I tell the team, like, even though I'm the one like pushing them, but actually if they were not there, I cannot even push them. I cannot even push myself. So we need the team. Like we are social creatures, and that's where the barakah comes, when we have the same principles, the same vision. We realize it together. We head towards, like you said, to head the same goal, inshallah. Inshallah. So, mashallah, jazakallah khairan, brother Farid. It's been a bit longer than we expected. So, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your sharing. Sorry to take so much of your time. Yeah?
It's okay, inshallah. I'm enjoying, alhamdulillah. Barakah effect is always barakah.
Yeah. May Allah
barakah in time, barakah in content, barakah in everything.
Inshallah. So, yeah, maybe you want to share with us some insights that we want to ask all our guests. So, I want to ask you, brother Farid, like, what legacy do you want to leave behind?
Oh, this is a serious question, Akhi. It's called in Arabic, Athrul Mar'i fi dunya. Athrul Mar'i fi dunya. A person legacy to his world. Okay, after you leave, what do you want to put the legacy as a mark of yours? Am I correct? Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, first of all, it's very connected to my profession. I wanted to leave a legacy of a profession that continue to spread the message of God. So people will remember me, Bidnillah, with my profession that I start, and this will continue.
Okay.
Okay, this is one. And also among my legacy that I wanted to leave in this world when I'm not around is the progeny or my children that fulfill the duty of da'wah in a way that benefit Islam and Ummah. The third and last is that I wanted to win some friends that remember me after I left them. This is the last point I wanted to tell you why. When some friends, I saw them in Makkah, they lost their life during the pandemic. I was so amazed by the friends that remember them. I was so amazed. I mentioned in one of my articles. I was so amazed that can I have these kinds of friendship, true friendship, remember me after I go the way they have been remembered. Especially a brother from Sudan. He was very close to us. When he passed away, Nobody know. When I traveled from Malaysia and the next day he passed away, I spread the first person to share the message to around. Subhanallah, I was amazed the messages that I received. People praying for him. I was just asking myself, oh Allah, is it going to happen for me?
MashaAllah.
Some people may not think this is a legacy. Brother, I want this as a legacy for me. Please pray for me when I am around.
Wow.
Because the hadith mentioned, du'a'uka, your dua in Zahrul Ghaib. Zahrul Ghaib. Ghaib means I can be in the qabr.
Yeah.
Zahrul Ghaib.
Yeah, MashaAllah. Wow, that's a very powerful reminder, MashaAllah.
Please pray for me, Akhi. Everyone here listening, please pray for me when I'm not around you. In fact, pray now as well as after.
Yeah, MashaAllah. Barakallah fikum. You remind me of a hadith, brother. I think it's in Bukhari, where the Prophet ﷺ asked, like, what's your testimonial of so and so who passed away? And so some of them said this is a good man, some of them said this is a not so good man, so on. And the Prophet ﷺ said the meaning of the hadith is, you are the witnesses of Allah on the earth.
Correct.
So we want the righteous people to give a testimonial that, MashaAllah, so and so is a good Muslim. So that's what we pray for, MashaAllah.
Easy for us and happen to us.
Yeah, MashaAllah. Wow, yeah. So we want to know as well, maybe if you can share with us, if there's one reference, one ayah of the Quran, one hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, one quote from the Salaf, which inspires you the most, what would that be?
It can be a bit longer, is it okay?
Okay, inshallah.
Okay, Akhi. I recall my study times in Dhaka, in Bangladesh, the institute called Al-Mahad Al-Ali. Al-Mahad Al-Ali. That was where I made my diploma under the Jamiat al-Imam.
Oh.
We have a teacher from Jordan, Sheikh Raed Sabri, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala. He made the commentary now for Bukhari and Muslim, mashallah. He's still alive and young man.
Oh, inshallah.
Wa al-Kama. Okay? So he used to love me so much, mashallah, tabarakallah, and he used to teach us ulum al-hadith.
Oh, okay.
At the same time, he used to give us talk after Maghrib every day.
Oh, mashallah.
Okay? I think he was using some of the references of the hadith books for that particular event. So let me give you a bit of situation for that time. You know, the time I was there in this institution, all children go to the holiday in their house. I don't have a place to go holiday because I don't have any place to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I remember this very well.
Okay.
Weekend, no one in this the campus except me and another one or two people.
Oh.
So another one or two people is their management maybe, but I am the student only.
Oh.
I have no place to go. I also remember that I have hardly 2 pair of dress for me. I think I used to use wash every day and next day pakai.
Oh, okay.
You know, so the situation was that time for me is the real situation actually.
I see.
So always thinking of future, how I'm going to be, where I'm going to live, how I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. This kinds of mindset was set for me at that moment. You know, as a human, as a young man,
yeah,
you see around you, others are going. So you have this feeling, I think it's a natural, since I have. So one day, this sheikh give us a talk and mention one hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Hadith is narrated by Tirmidhi. Even though I know this hadith is many times before, but it never draw attention to me. But this is the first time, as though I am hearing the first time this hadith revealing from Muhammad ﷺ to me direct.
Oh.
The way emotionally Sheikh explained is super, he is super. And remember till today, this is the turning point in my life for the next of my life.
Oh, mashallah.
This is the hadith, very famous hadith, is the advice of the Prophet ﷺ to Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu. Remember the hadith, isn't it? No need to mention, is it?
Ihfadillah yahfadka, is that the way?
Straightforward, that's the hadith.
Oh, maybe you can share it with us, like just.
احفظ الله يحفظك. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, كنت رديف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وقال إني أعلمك يا غلام إني أعلمك كلمات. Then he started احفظ الله يحفظك احفظ الله تجده تجاهك وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله وإذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله واعلم there's a few narration but لو اجتمعت الأمة كلها على أن ينفعك بشيء لن ينفعك إلا ما كتبه الله لك ولو اجتمعت الأمة كلها لأن يضرك في شيء لن يضرك إلا ما كتبه الله عليك رفعت الأقلام وجفت الصحف. I think that, oh boy, I mean, oh my cousin, I can say, ya gulam, in a very beautiful way of saying to a young man.
Young man, oh mashallah. Yeah.
So Prophet ﷺ called this young man, oh young man. By the way, in Arabic, ya gulam is so super, so high, so meaningful.
Oh, is it? Okay. So it's
But
not just young man, there's a status to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
English translator maybe say, oh boy.
yeah. Yeah.
That is means in Arabic. Arabic have totally different emotional meaning.
I see.
And you are sitting behind the Prophet ﷺ next to him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's the context. Yeah.
Then I say, I'm going to teach you some words.
Yeah.
And the Prophet offering you to teach you something that he is excited, of course.
Yeah.
He was listening to with full attention. He said, I will instruct you or I will guide you. I'll tell you in some matters. Okay. Then he said, yes. Then number one, he said, be watchful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How are you going to be watchful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? By following commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will preserve you. Say, first one, ihfadillah. You preserve his commandment, he will preserve you. So we sometimes ask Allah preservation without preserving anything of him.
SubhanAllah.
Allah save us from that.
Ameen.
And then he said, safeguard his rights, Allah's rights. He will be ever with you. Okay, you safeguard his rights, he will be everywhere with you. Sometimes we breaking the Allah's rights everywhere, and then we say, you are with me always. It doesn't work that way. If you back to him alone, if you beg for anything, beg to him, cry to him alone, not to others. And if you need assistance, only supplicate to him, ask him alone. Okay? And remember that if the whole people of the world gather together to benefit you in certain matters of your affairs, they will not able to benefit you in any way, in any form, except if Allah allow them to happen. So it goes in other way. If all the people come together to harm you in any matters, any affairs of yours, they can't do that unless it's Allah allow to it happen. Because he said the predestined against you, which is written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the pen is off and the inks is dried. So our Sheikh explained to us this hadith, akhi, in a way that everything relevant to me, that particular position.
Oh, mashallah.
Okay. I came to know the al-qadha wa qadar in that moment, totally from a different perspective. So I found that between the reality of today, my condition, the qadha and qadar written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for me, one word Allah keep in the between. It's called your strive and struggle. Allah will make it happen. As-sa'i wal-ibtigha wal-intishar. Okay, I have to wantashiru wabtaghu. Okay, and as-sa'i. Illa ma sa'a in Surah An-Najm 39 verse. Okay, so I understand that. Okay, this is Allah predestined for us. Why happening today this? And what going to happen and end up is also written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In between, Allah give me one chance to work hard.
To work hard, okay.
This is what exactly I'm doing today, akhi, from that moment till today.
MashaAllah.
And I have end up with the result to saying that, Wallahi, I never asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything in my life except I have received it sooner or later.
Oh, mashallah.
This is the hadith that's motivated me the most.
Mashallah. 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 It's beautiful. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you for sharing that. So, mashallah. Yeah, because the hadith has a lot about qadar. So the context of the hardship that you were going through sort of motivated you to make a choice from moving then. And it began by asking Allah for help. And
After
since then,
this, I never thought of in my past how difficult it was, except for learning.
Yeah.
I never complained for anything that happening today. There's a lot of full of experiencing challenges every day.
Yeah.
I think it's a very normal and everyday life.
How old are you back then at this
I
juncture?
think I was, if I'm not mistaken, I'm around 16.
Oh, wow. Okay, mashallah. 16 years old. Wow. Wow. So much barakah from that advice from many decades ago, mashallah.
On top of that, brother, I wanted to also, that I never saw my mother again. I never saw my mother. That in 2 years, you remember nothing.
Yeah.
But after this, I found that every single human I met that they know my mother, they told me one thing. You know that your mother always pray for you before she passed away.
Oh.
Even though she have many other kids, but when it's come to you, she have a special dua for you always.
Oh, mashallah.
My aunties, my uncles, my relatives, my Korea people, every single one I meet, they say the statement is same, akhi. Your mother used to pray for you a lot.
Oh, subhanallah. Mashallah.
Okay, so I'm trying to fulfill my dutifulness to her by praying, akhi. I never met her. The only thing I received from her is that she used to pray for me. I believe that the father's dua are very important for us.
Yeah, mashallah. Yeah, reminds us as well, for those of us with children, never underestimate your dua, because sometimes it's
undermine that your parents.
Yeah, and your parents, mashallah. Yeah. Sometimes it's way after you passed away and still the barakah will keep pouring in.
I always remember that is my mother dua for everything.
Mashallah. Mashallah. May Allahumma ghafir laha warhamha wa afiha wa afu anha. Ameen. Mashallah, yeah. So I think one of the takeaway points from the hadith that you were sharing as well is that this inspired you to move away from, because a lot of people, when they go through difficult times, there's always a tendency to move into that victim mindset, right?
Yeah.
But it's to take it as a point, as a springboard for learning. I think that's the key takeaway point that I got from what you're saying, that how it inspired you to change your life.
Allah is only who is the owner of the changer of the situation. Just move forward, run to him. He will run. He will come forward to you.
Yes.
Another hadith mentioned.
Yes. Mashallah. Allah Mubarak. Oh, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, brother. So last but not least, how can our listeners get in touch with you, your work, and your organization, inshallah?
Jazakallah khair, akhi. Faisal, sorry. Okay. Actually, we're talking about Dakwah Corner here. So our website is called dakwahbookstore.com.my. No, sorry. I repeat again. dakwahbookstore.com. And all the FB and IG also Dakwah Corner Bookstore or Dakwah Bookstore. You can find all the information about my activities in this platform, social media and website. As well as sometime I write articles. You can find it in inkoffaith.com. Inkoffaith.com. Yes. So most of my article is there, especially which is the not political one. I mean the religious element articles all are there. But sometimes I write about my community and my nation and my country. It's mostly published by the local newspapers.
I see. Okay. Jazakallah khairan. All right. So, mashallah, thank you very much, Brother Farid, for your sharing and for dedicating time. Mashallah, I benefited so much from our conversation today. Any last takeaway points before we end our conversation today?
Barakallahu fiik, ya akhi, jazakumullah khairan. I think it's a very, for me, very unique and a special platform that you created under the Barakah effect. I think you are addressing, actually, sometime I saw the youth are listening to your programs while they are working. This is very interesting, akhi.
Oh, mashallah.
And I asked them, what are you doing? What are you listening to? Then referring to Barakah effects. So it's mean that is, you try to address the issues that are relevant to today's youth. So I think it's a very, very good effort that you did. And please continue with much more individuals, as well as the expert of the field, as well as the topic that are relevant to the community here. I think this is needed, and is what you're doing such is a unique approach. I think even not only you, I think other people must also initiate these kinds of activities. May Allah put barakah in barakah.
Ameen, 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 ameen. Yeah, I love that point. I was telling their brothers as well. I mean, we tell each other, like, if we can start this idea, then somebody picks it up and does a better job, alhamdulillah, that's even better than that. We're not in this to compete with each other.
Good thing is in Dawah, akhi, we never take it as a compete.
Yes.
Never take it as a competition.
Yeah,
True.
We have idea. Yesterday, I have a company come to regarding the books. Wallahi, exactly what I used to do, I give the ideas. If I even get fit, I give the same ideas.
Oh, nice.
You share idea, Allah will fill you more with more ideas. Your whole idea, you take it to the cover, you give no one.
MashaAllah.
Spread the ideas.
MashaAllah, inshallah. So thank you very much again. We hope we make dua that Allah Azza wa Jalla blesses you, your family, all of your efforts, grants barakah upon barakah. We hope to continue collaborating with each other. I love the point that you made in the recent event with Dr. Ali Al-Barghuthi. Like, we want more people to come on board with our collaborators, and we want to use these platforms to promote each other and expand as long as we're on the same values. I really love that. I respect that. I think that's one of the things that we want to do as well in the Barakah Effect, to build communities of excellence, striving for excellence in akhirah and dunya as well.
MashaAllah. Ameen. MashaAllah.
So you anytime you need assistance or you have opportunities for us, we'd love to step up. Inshallah.
Yeah.
No, we not invite you, we force you to come on.
Okay, keep forcing us.
Keep forcing, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you for forcing us. Okay, so jazakumullah khairan. So may Allah grant barakah to you and your family, and success in dunya in akhirah.
Ameen.
So, Brother Farid, just to close our discussion today, please complete the following sentence in your own words, in your own perspective as well. The key to barakah is?
Key to barakah is to be among the good friends, reminding you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To be among the family members that reminding you with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Wow.
Okay.
MashaAllah.
To be surrounding with your colleague in the work that reminding you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to find yourself among the many others that your health is okay, you're doing good, and your provision is out there, at least for the night. You know, as referring the hadith.
Yeah.
In the Adab al-Mufrad, it itself is barakah. Okay. So barakah means not only in rizqi, barakah is interpreted to many ways. Okay. And also to find a wife encouraging you in your job.
Oh, yeah.
To support you with the ideas.
Oh,
be patient with you. One time is required. Like me, now I'm talking to you. I have another appointment, but this is okay.
Oh, mashallah.
He said, go ahead. No problem.
Oh, mashallah.
This is also barakah. This is how I see the barakah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Allah Mubarak. All right, Jazakumullah khairan, Brother Farid. So with that concludes our discussion for today. Jazakumullah khairan. So we end here, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.